Does your health journey feel hard? Maybe it's uncomfortable to say no to sugar and flour while everyone else around you is indulging, and changing your identity feels hard after a lifetime of unhealthy habits. Maybe you're experiencing hunger or cravings, or you feel discouraged because you slipped up and you're wondering if you'll ever really change. I want you to hear this. Nothing has gone wrong here. This resistance that you are facing on your health journey is the path to success. And when it's hardest, it's working. Everyone wants to lose weight for the last time, but few people do. And if you want to do what most people don't and lose weight for the last time, you have to believe and do what most people won't. If it were easy, everyone would do it. So today, we're going to talk about what it looks like to lean into the challenges that you're facing on your health journey and embrace the suck so that you can maximize your results with a healthy real food lifestyle. This is episode number 211 of the Healthy Real Food podcast. Embrace the suck, finding strength on your health journey. This is the Healthy Real Food podcast. I'm your coach, Erin Hart, a registered nurse and health coach who understands the struggle of feeling out of control around food and has walked the path of transformation, experiencing the miracle of sustainable weight loss with the sugar and flour-free lifestyle. If you are a woman who feels powerless against your cravings and is ready to live your life with more energy, mental clarity, and purpose, there is hope. Here, we believe that with God, a mindset of unstoppability, and consistent execution of a winning strategy, anything is possible for you. So if you're ready to find freedom from food addiction, take control of your health, and pursue your dreams with renewed energy, support, and accountability, let's go. Hey, my friend. Welcome back to the podcast. Thanks for being here. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to give a talk at my church. I was asked to speak about how to anchor ourselves to God in turbulent times. And my talk focused on the power that God has to help us in our life's challenges. For a lot of people, I know public speaking is really scary, but I actually love speaking to large groups. I love public speaking. But what's funny about me is that the part that I hate is afterward, when people come up to you and say that you did a great job. That's like when I want to hide. I just hate that attention, and it's the introvert in me. But it got me thinking of what I wanted to focus on this week for our Monday mindset, to be able to and have to rely on him. And while today I'm not going to focus as much on the spiritual aspects of my talk yesterday, I do want to address the mindset that helps me to face challenges in my life with more peace, strength, and even joy as I go through them. And I hope that this can help you as well on your health journey. When you're breaking free from food addiction, there are going to be moments that feel overwhelming and discouraging or just plain hard. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But it's in the challenges that we grow the most. And what if the challenges that you're facing on your health journey and in your life are prerequisites for you to become the best version of yourself? Most of us think that when things get hard, something's gone wrong. Maybe you started a sugar and flour free lifestyle, and after detox, you felt amazing and in so much control. But then life happened and you went back to an old coping mechanism and you found yourself again spiraling out of control. So I just want to encourage you. My path to peace with food has not been a straight line to success either. And it's not about being perfect, it's about being unstoppable. There's an easy way and a hard way to lose weight with the sugar and flour free lifestyle. And some of us choose the hard way at times by making exceptions or excuses. Don't get discouraged when you face setbacks or challenges in your health, when you make a mistake. It's just a learning opportunity. Challenges aren't detours, they are the very path that leads us to growth. And when we resist the discomfort of doing hard things in our transformation, we suffer twice, once because of the challenge itself, and again, because we believe it shouldn't be that way. But if we accept that the struggle is part of the journey, we can use it to become stronger, more resilient, and more anchored in our purpose as we practice a growth mindset and just keep moving forward. So, many of you have heard me talk about the rule of thirds. A few years ago, I heard a talk from an Olympian. So she said that one day after a particularly challenging workout, when she didn't perform well, her coach said, "You know what? That's okay. It's the rule of thirds. When you're chasing a dream or doing something hard, you're meant to feel good a third of the time, okay a third of the time, and crappy a third of the time." He told her it's okay. Today was just the crappy day. And when the ratio is off, you have to look into if you're fatiguing or not trying hard enough. The rule of thirds also applies to our health journey. Some days are harder than others, and nothing's gone wrong. You're right where you're supposed to be. Growth is happening, and it's what we do in those moments when it's hard that will create our future outcomes. Resistance is not a reason to stop, not a reason to make an exception or quit. Those are the moments when you're facing resistance that you need to strap in and lean in and just keep following your plan, even though it feels hard. Why can't achieving your goal body be easy? Because it's just like building a muscle. We need resistance to grow, to become the best version of ourselves. The Navy SEALs have a saying to help them to overcome the challenges that they face in their training. They say, embrace the suck. And that is how they transform their suffering into strength. Eating reduced calories to burn fat and giving up sugar and flour to find peace with food is not an easy thing to do. You're going to be uncomfortable and you will have to overcome the part of your brain that has used food to cope with the stresses and emotions of life. As we embrace the process of transformation, instead of resisting it and thinking that you're doing it wrong because it's hard, and start seeing discomfort and the challenge as the prerequisite for achieving our full potential in this life. And as we learn to rely on the enabling power of God to help us through our challenges, we can find more peace, happiness, and strength as we go through the success path. So lean into your challenges, relax into them. Just as a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, you just have to trust the process. When you master your mindset and consistently execute a winning strategy, even when a third of the time it's hard or boring, achieving your goal body will go from feeling impossible to inevitable. So accept it being hard as part of the process. For us, that looks like embracing planning and meal prep, even when it feels repetitive or boring. Embracing saying no to foods that are off plan, even when you're having a really strong urge or craving. And embracing the scale moving slower than you want, knowing that sustainable change takes time. So when we embrace the suck, we stop fighting reality and we start using it to our advantage. It's like childbirth. Like, it's not going to be easy. You expect the pain, but instead of resisting it, you breathe through it, you lean into it, and you allow your body to do what it was designed to do. The contractions aren't a sign that something's wrong. They're actually proof that progress is being made. And when you stay calm and work with the pain instead of against it, you're able to endure and eventually receive the reward on the other side. So when it's hardest, it's working. Here's something to think about. Life is hard a third of the time, either way. Like, I remember when I was obese at 284 pounds and addicted to food. Just putting on my socks was hard. Like walking up one flight of stairs left me out of breath. And maybe the hardest part of all was living with the constant mental chatter about food and my weight, like always feeling like I wasn't the woman I wanted to be, feeling shame and hiding, isolating myself. That was hard. Yeah, choosing real food, planning meals, saying no to sugar and flour, and following through when cravings hit, it takes effort. The difference is that one hard keeps you stuck and limited, while the other hard sets you free. So choose your hard today because my past self chose the hard of discipline. I get to climb mountains. I have peace in my mind instead of all the endless food noise, and I feel aligned with the woman that I want to be. And here's the good news, it's only hard in the beginning until it becomes a habit. So just think of a rocket ship launching off into space. It takes 90% of the fuel to just get 20 feet off the ground. But once it breaks through, it can soar at 17,000 miles an hour with very little fuel just because of momentum. Our health journey is the same. In the beginning, it feels heavy and exhausting to change old habits. But if you stay consistent, it will get easier as you build habits. The momentum will build as you take action. And soon it feels effortless, even natural. You can't escape hard, but you can choose the hard that leads to the life that you want. To get through the challenges of your health journey and your life, you need strong anchors. I learned the importance of anchors years ago when I was on a backpacking trip. I love backpacking. And one of the miracles of my health journey is I'm able to go backpacking again. Just a couple of weeks ago, my daughter and my sister and I went on a 20-mile, 3-day backpacking trip, and it was just amazing. So I love backpacking and rock climbing. And when I was young, I was an adventure summer camp leader for at-risk youth. My boss, coworker, and I took a bunch of 11-year-old girls to Escalante, Utah on a 5-day backpacking trip. We were hiking down to the top of a 200-foot waterfall at Cass Creek, and the plan was to rappel down the waterfall and then hike out the rest of the way. After days of backpacking, we finally got to the top of the waterfall and we started setting up the ropes and anchors. My boss was a rock climbing expert and he was searching for safe anchors so that we could belay the rappellers from the top. There were several boulders at the top of the waterfall that seemed stable. He jumped on them. We tried to push them with all of our might, and they would not move. So we set up one main anchor and a backup anchor that we could connect ourselves to with our harnesses and carabiners. My coworker, Abby, was the first to rappel as my boss and I helped lower her the 200 feet to the ground with the system that we set up. But the moment that Abby leaned back and went over the edge, the two giant boulders that we had anchored ourselves to belay her started to slip and slide down toward the edge of the cliff. My boss and I, who, like Abby, were anchored, we were tied to the boulders, desperately tried to hold the weight of my friend by holding the rope with our hands to take the weight off of it. And we stood in front of the boulders, each pushing a different boulder with our backs with all of our might. Abby had no idea what was going on, and she was just taking her time, enjoying the view, but my boss and I were frantically trying to save her and ourselves. And I remember telling my boss, I couldn't hold on any longer, and he said to me that you have to. And after what seemed like the longest 5 minutes of my life, miraculously, my friend made it safely to the bottom, still clueless as to what happened. And the rest of us ended up hiking out the way that we came, and we picked her up a couple days later. That experience taught me that you have to make sure your anchors are secure. So, what are you anchoring yourself to on your health journey? On your health journey, your anchors are the things that keep you steady when life gets messy. Emotional eating doesn't solve any problems in life, and it becomes its own problem when we use food to calm our nervous system when we're uncomfortable. Sugar and flour, they can't be our anchors. They're going to give way under pressure. So instead, anchor yourself to consistent daily self-care habits, a supportive community, your deep why, and most importantly, to God or your higher power. Because when the one third hard comes, and it will, those anchors are what will keep you from falling back into unhealthy habits. So remember the rule of thirds. If today feels hard, that's normal. Nothing's gone wrong. Relax, it will pass. If you have strong urges or cravings, your only job in that moment is to not give in to them. They will go away. And as we consistently resist temptations and we don't give in to those permission giving thoughts, we build mental and emotional strength, and it gets easier and easier. For me, I remember the thought of giving up sugar and flour feeling so overwhelming and impossible. I remember how uncomfortable it was to go through detox and then how freeing it was to finally feel in control after just 3 weeks on the program, being free from cravings for the first time in my life. So once I had removed the addictive foods and built habits that helped me to bypass willpower, it became easy and almost effortless. And now those foods do not control me anymore, and my life is better in every way. Be all in, embrace the suck. Instead of wishing it were easy, lean into the challenge. Tell yourself, this is where I grow. This is hard, and I'm getting stronger every day. I can do this. I will do this because of my deep why. I must do this. And it's only hard until it becomes a habit. Check your anchors. Make sure your foundation is built on a winning strategy free from addictive foods that bypasses willpower. The ridiculously simple strategy that helped me to lose over 100 pounds, reverse prediabetes, and keep the weight off for the last 4 years was to eat an abundance of healthy, real food free from sugar and flour in weighed or measured quantities without snacking in between. There is a clear path to success. You have to trust the process and follow your plan. When you hit a speed bump, you don't stop or turn back. You just learn from it and course correct and keep going. Be unstoppable with patience, consistency, executing a winning strategy, support, and God's strength. Anything is possible for you. You can achieve your goal body, and your future self will be so grateful that you chose to do what was hard today. Don't focus on it being hard. Tell yourself that it's easy. Our brains are so smart, but they're also very dumb. So they're going to believe anything that you tell them. So tell your brain that this is easy and that you can do this. Tell your brain that you are strong and unstoppable. Tell your brain that your success is just a matter of time. And then embrace massive uncomfortable action. Resistance is the path to transformation, and you can do it. There will always be days when you feel like giving up. I remember feeling that way too. It's part of being human, but those very struggles are what make you stronger in your new healthy identity if you don't run from them. And remember this, you don't have to do it alone. Make God part of your program. Ask for his help. Invite God into the details of your journey, your meal planning, your cravings, your discouragement. Surround yourself with people who will cheer you on and teach you and help you and support you. You don't get extra credit for doing it alone the hard way. So let's bring this episode all together. First, nothing's gone wrong. When it feels hard, it's working. You're growing. Embrace the suck, lean into the challenges instead of resisting them, and anchor yourself in habits that bypass willpower and support the new version of who you are becoming. Lean into your community and God's power so you can transform into the woman that you were created to be. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message encouraged you, would you please share it with a friend who might need it? I really appreciate you helping me to spread this message of hope with others who feel hopeless and alone in their food addiction. So go ahead and subscribe, leave a review, and follow me on YouTube, the podcast, and social media. And if you're ready for more support on your journey, send me a message on Facebook Messenger or check out my website at healthyrealfood.com for a link to my schedule. I would love to set up a Zoom call with you, one-to-one, a free consultation to hear your story and to help you to take your next step. Have a great week. Thanks for listening today. If you enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love my coaching program. If you're struggling with your sugar and flour-free lifestyle and want to lose weight for the last time, I can help you. Just imagine living in your goal body and having peace with food. Your success is guaranteed. To learn more about how to get support, guidance, and accountability so you can find peace with food, achieve your goal body this year, and have more energy, visit www.healthyrealfood.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up for the upcoming free challenge to learn the success framework and click the link to my schedule for a free one-to-one coaching call so we can get you started on your success path. You have the power to create the life that you want. This is the year of you. I'm cheering you on. Now go win the day. You got this.